You didn't think this was going to happen. You thought, oh, we're only getting one Ansem Report podcast in the next 2 weeks. Oh, what am I going to do with my time? Guess what? You're getting one 2 days in a row, bitch.
One who knows nothing can understand nothing. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
Good tidings, everybody. Welcome to the Ansem Report podcast.
We
This is
back.
Episode 43.2 over 358 over 2 days. Final mix.
Remix.
The Xbox episode.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
On Xbox.
It's happening. It's happening. I'm here with my brother Jason,
That's me.
and we decided, it's Thursday night. There was some Kingdom Hearts news today, and since we're not doing a podcast next Friday, we figured we got to talk about it now or not talk about it at all. And
All right.
we wanted to throw you guys a little bonus episode because we know you're going to miss us this coming Friday.
We don't want the withdrawals to be too bad.
Right. So let's talk about some news that dropped today.
Also, please don't forget about us.
Yeah, that too. But, you're getting a full podcast Friday, this yesterday, and then today you're getting this bonus podcast. Friday, Saturday action.
Whoa.
And then next Friday you'll get nothing. But then the next Friday you'll get another one. Unless something crazy happens. It's very possible.
Something could happen, I guess.
Who knows? So,
Maybe, hopefully, something crazy good, not crazy bad.
some good, like, Remind DLC out November 26th or something like that.
Right,
That would be
right.
dope. Anyway, Xbox.
I wish.
Who thought we'd be talking about Xbox
Not
today?
me.
I didn't. Look at us.
Look at
Talking
us.
about Xbox. Who would have thought?
Not me.
Not me. They had an event over in Europe today, the XO19. I don't know what the official name of the event is, but I just keep seeing
Xbox on 19.
Xbox on.
Remember
Good
when
thing-
that was like the number one feature for Xbox?
Yeah, when
It's
they
like,
hit-
you can tell it to turn on.
Oh my god.
Xbox on.
The Kinect had some cool stuff about it, but you're right, it was a little corny. Anyway, they announced today, Kingdom Hearts 3 is getting a demo right now. You can play it right now.
Holy shit.
I know. And it's the same demo that I played at in Orlando at the Kingdom Hearts Experience.
That a lot of the
At Disney
content
Springs.
creators played too.
Yep. Oh, at least I think it's the same demo. It's the Toy Box and Olympus demo.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know if it's like a new version of it, like they updated mechanics or anything.
Oh, maybe.
It's possible because that wasn't like a finished demo. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't played it yet.
But when you play it, you only have a 20-minute timer.
No, there's no timer. There's no one telling you to stop. You can play it. And also, from what I understand, I don't know how this works exactly.
You get level 99 grind. Somebody's
I
gonna
read
do
this
it.
earlier, but now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't make sense. Someone said your progress carries over, but progress of what? It's just
Yeah.
two vertical slices of a game.
Yeah.
So that might not be right. I read that. Someone said that. I want to say it was
Whoever they are, they're a
what's
rat
that
bastard.
YouTuber's name?
Her name is Rat Bastard
Limit
101.
Form 72. Is that a YouTuber?
I don't know. Sure.
Yeah, I think it was him. He told me that. He's a liar.
He's a rat bastard.
Yeah. Anyway, you can play that demo now. If you like what you play, which you're listening to a Kingdom Hearts podcast, so I think you
I
probably,
think everybody probably owns it.
have it, but it's 67% off in the Xbox store right
On
now,
Xbox.
which is like, what the fuck? That's
Right.
a good-ass deal, dude.
So if you have any friends who don't have a PlayStation,
Tell
let them know.
Now's the time.
Be like, yo,
So that's some news.
cop this game, but I'm going to still talk shit on you for not playing the other games before you play 3.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. Xbox has the answer for you on this.
Oh,
Coming in
shit.
2020 are Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix. Is that what that's called? Is it called Remix?
Sure.
And Kingdom Hearts 2.8, the final chapter prologue, are both coming to Xbox in 2020.
Oh, my God.
Now, what's interesting about this, Jason, is Squeenix, as I like to affectionately call them.
So
Squeenix made a collection of both these collections called The Story So Far and released it on Xbox. Or I'm sorry, released it on PS4. But with this, they're going, hey, this is the two separate games. They're not releasing The Story So Far. So they're like, hey, instead of $60 each pop, we're getting 90.
Yo, Xbox players, we know you want it.
Xbox
You
players.
You gotta
buy
pay
both of them.
premium price.
You gotta buy both of them.
I mean, it's worth it.
It is definitely worth it. It's still a good deal on some
Right.
great games. And if you're an Xbox player that only has played 3, and maybe you found this podcast because you wanted to know more about Kingdom Hearts or whatever,
Yeah.
your time is coming, my friend. 2020.
2020.
2020. What a glorious time. Something
Do you
I
think
thought
it's
about.
gonna be like, because like,
You know why this took so long, right?
well, I'm sure they had some type of deal with Sony, but like,
No. You know why it took so long? They had to go in and take the reaction commands and replace them with the Y button.
oh shit.
That's why it took so long. So you're gonna have a
Do you
flashing.
think it's still like a green, like,
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like. What did it look like in 3?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Hold on, I have my Xbox right here. We're booted up. Let's boot up Kingdom Hearts 3 here. Hold on.
Because like, it's like, oh, this is the green button, so it glows green, like reaction, right?
I think it's still green, but I think it's a Y.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird. So yeah, I don't know what else they wouldn't have to change anything else, right? It's
Just the bindings.
just the bindings, and the Xbox shoulder buttons look similar enough to the PlayStation shoulder buttons. You just got to add a B on them
Yeah, yeah.
instead of just
You just take the one,
Yeah,
where
the
the
one,
one
and you
is,
turn it-
and you turn it into
they
a B.
they literally just scribble over it. This is literally right click, save as Xbox. That's all they had to do. Right click, save as Xbox. That's how all ports work.
Right.
All right, I got Unreal Engine. That's right. Kingdom Hearts. I'm booting it up right now, everybody.
Live.
Live. I'm doing it live. Okay, while we're sitting here at the menu, there's something else that's different.
Oh, yeah.
There was a new update to Kingdom Hearts 3. God, that's loud. Holy shit. Kingdom Hearts menu, why are you so loud? So they added what's called Special. And they moved the theater, the memory archive, and the tutorial into Special. And if I'm a guessing man, that to me means they wanted to make room for the Remind DLC.
So it's going to be a whole different,
So
like,
They-
start
they've-
screen?
well, they've labeled them as episodes. Remember that? Like the limit episode or limit cut episode.
What the fuck?
So I think it's similar to how Final Fantasy 15 does business. I think it's going to be a separate menu.
Weird.
With the exception of the Oblivion and the Oathkeeper being in your possession in the main game. Because I think that's the only part we've seen in the main game of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Can we... Do they just, like, give it to us, or do you have to fight a boss to get them?
Oblivion, I don't know. We don't have any info.
I hope we have to fight a boss to get them, because then it makes it feel better.
Oh, I just got the proof of promises, apparently. All right. Wait, why did it show me that before the game loaded up? That was weird.
I don't know.
I know I took all the hidden Mickeys because I was working on a video showing where all the hidden Mickeys were, and then I scrapped it. Like
Ages
fucking
ago.
8 months ago,
Yeah.
or whenever
Like
the
in
game
February
came out.
or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
So, yeah. Well, and that's what's crazy about this whole demo thing to me too. Is it's like this game's almost a year old,
Right.
and we're putting out a demo,
I mean, I guess it can't hurt.
right? And then the demo was already done, presumably.
Right.
I'm surprised they didn't put out the demo when the game was coming out. You know,
Yeah.
the demo was full formed. Let us play it. Let us play the demo.
I think they just wanted people to have that, like, itch that you had to scratch by buying the
That's
game.
true.
It is green.
It's green, but there's a yellow Y, so they're gonna have to do that. But in 2, doesn't like the triangle get real because the reaction
yeah,
commands,
yeah.
it's
It,
real
like,
big.
it, like, pops
it's like
up.
it's like a big green triangle. So they're
Yeah.
gonna have to figure out how to make that into.
What if they just don't even change it?
They might not. Honestly, they might just be like, Phil Spencer, we want to put your game, or we want to put our game on your Xbox, but we're not changing our triangles. God, this game is so pretty, dude. I don't know how anybody can look at this game and go, Kingdom Hearts 3 sucks.
Right. Like just running around comparatively to like running around in like KH2 or 1.
Right. I got this open on my Xbox One X. Goofy and Donald are looking clean as fuck, dude. Look at all these Keyblades and the Keyblade Graveyard, dude. Just a beautiful game. Anyway, I need to turn this off because otherwise I'm going to play it the whole time we talk. So, yeah.
So confirmed.
Confirmed. They will need to change.
Just the thing, not the whole color.
Just put a Y on there. So that'll be interesting to see. And what's interesting to me about this, and I know this was an Xbox event, I'm surprised these games aren't coming to Switch.
True.
And maybe they are, but they're waiting to announce something. But maybe they're waiting for Sora's reveal at the Game Awards next month.
Oh, shit.
To drop them on Switch. Oh, dude, that's the conspiracy theory right there, right?
Yeah.
During the Game Awards, it just cuts to Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, blah, 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 coming to Switch. Also, Sora picks up a bottle, and there's a letter in there with the Smash logo on the envelope.
Right.
And it's like, Sora smashes up, or whatever they fucking thing they come up with. So, yeah, that's my theory. Everybody, because that Game Awards is when they announced Joker last year. God, that was a year ago?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, and I have played him once.
Well, I remember we streamed Smash Brothers that night when they announced it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was the same night it came out. Or the night after or something. We streamed it 2 nights in a row, I think.
Huh.
And because I remember being like, dude, Joker's in Smash! And that's all we talked about the whole time. And
then we were just talking about like, because Joker's in, who else could be in?
Right, yeah, we did a lot of that. Anyway, we're off topic. So we talked about the update for a second, how it changed the menu. It said some, I think, minor fixes.
Fixed minor bugs or something.
Fixed minor, not bugs. It was like minor issues. Or one thing they did fix is the lock-on switch. Like when you locked on to an enemy in Kingdom Hearts 3, for sometimes there'd be a delay when you lock on, like switch to lock on someone else.
Yeah.
That's gone. It's smooth. It's fluid. A lot of people are upset it didn't fix the guard issues that people have.
Get good.
Got him. One other cool announcement from this Xbox event. I mean, there's a lot of cool announcements for the Xbox event. A lot of like exclusive stuff that they're like, oh, Rare's working on this and Obsidian's working on this.
Right.
But one other one that's semi-Kingdom Hearts related and got me pretty hype because I'm a Game Pass subscriber. If you guys don't subscribe to Game Pass,
and you have an Xbox and you play
have an Xbox,
on it,
you're missing out.
Yeah.
Game Pass is fucking legit, dude. But they are adding Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age, Final Fantasy XIII, Final Fantasy XIII-2, Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns, and Final Fantasy 15 to Game Pass in 2020. That's like,
oh my god,
that's like 1,000 hours of gaming, dude.
Yeah.
And if you have Game Pass, you get it all. That's insane.
Right, and they're like high quality ass games.
Right. 13, I don't know.
I mean, like all of them, they're good.
13, 1, 2, and 3, I don't know. I've never played 13, 2 or Lightning Returns, so I can't comment. But 13's okay.
It's okay.
That's the dud of the bunch. That series of games. But 15's awesome. The box, I can hear you snickering. Shut up. 15's awesome. 12 is really good. I don't remember a whole lot about 12. I want to revisit that soon. 10 and 10-2 are probably.
They're goated in your opinion.
They're some of the best games of all time. And then 7, 8, 9 are like the golden age of PlayStation RPGs, man. So I really want them to continue their back catalog. A lot of people thought this wouldn't happen because Square Enix had kind of been talking about, oh, we want to make all our games available online and we might have our own streaming service and like Square Enix Plus or whatever. But they're adding this stuff to Game Pass. So maybe they're drinking the Xbox Kool-Aid and going, hey, let's just do this instead.
Right.
That's awesome. I really want to see some of the classics come back. The 1 through 6 would be dope.
Right.
I want to see Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. I want to see...
An updated Chrono Cross is what you dream of on a nightly basis.
Wet dreams.
Yeah.
And not just because I think I'm hanging out on the beach with Serge and Lena. It's because I'm hanging out on the beach with Serge and Lena. You know what I'm saying? I want, Dragon Quest would be dope. Square Enix has other games that are just completely not in my head right now. I'm talking about the Japanese side of them, but
right.
that would be so dope, man.
So it's about to get Japanese as fuck up on the Xbox.
Right, and you can just be, and that's always been one of the Xbox's weaknesses is no RPGs, no good RPGs, or no JRPGs. Especially.
Right.
And then they tried to do it on 360. They were like, oh hey, Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey, which I love Lost Odyssey. That is an underrated game. If you've never played that, you should check it out. I never played Blue Dragon, and it kind of worked for them, but then they didn't have any more follow up. And now they're starting to get these Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts games, and it's like, I think Xbox. We don't usually talk about video games as the larger picture here.
As in the console wars.
As in the console wars or whatever. Yeah. But Xbox is putting itself in a real nice position for the next gen, dude. Because if it's me, if a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox whatever, Scarlet, whatever they call it, comes out on the same day, and Xbox One or Xbox whatever Scarlet has Game Pass, and PlayStation 5 doesn't, I gotta go with Xbox there.
Right.
You know, I'm kind of a weirdo though because I have both consoles.
Yeah.
And part of my decision is like, what's Rock Band gonna do? Because I wasn't keen on necessarily getting an Xbox One, but all of my Xbox 360, all my Rock Band stuff is on my Xbox 360. And when they announced that it was gonna like port to Xbox One, I was sold. I was like, I gotta get an Xbox One.
Yeah.
If Rock Band does that again, I'm going to have to get an Xbox again.
Right.
If you even take that out of the equation, Xbox has set itself up nice, and now they're going to have all these exclusives coming in from these different studios they bought, like Obsidian and Rare, who they bought a while ago.
Right.
And they bought Ninja Theory and all kinds of these studios, and they're definitely Phil Spencer's on his A game. Sony's not in trouble or anything. But they got to look out. They got to be ready with their exclusives too. They need Spider-Man 2. They need God of War 2 or whatever they're going to call it.
They
need, I mean, I'm not a Last of Us fan, but they got that coming,
Right.
So they're going to have to be on their game. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. And then you got the Switch in the middle.
Because they don't have the Final Fantasy anymore. They don't have the exclusivity.
They do on the remake. So the remake...
I think that's just a matter of time, though, too.
I think so, too, because originally, the original trailer, I think, for the remake had Xbox One.
Like, listed?
You know how it shows, like, the consoles that comes out, like, coming 2019, and then it has the...
And it's, like,
and now
the Steam thing or whatever.
And on the latest trailers, the ones where they re-revealed it after not showing it for a long time, no Xbox. Just PS4. So I think Sony finagled some deal with them. It will come to Xbox, I guarantee it.
Eventually.
I guarantee it. But at start, it's going to be PS4, not even PS5. They're both claiming backwards compatibility. Anyway, this is a completely off-topic conversation we're having. Let's talk more Kingdom Hearts. So, serendipitously, the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross update in Japan came out. And we were like, oh, we kind of want to talk about this Xbox stuff, but I don't know if that's enough for a bonus episode. And then, I've been a little critical of Everglow because I'm like, Everglow just posts cutscenes, right? There's no explanation.
Yeah.
But, I got to shout out our boy Everglow.
Everglow
I
is
got to
clutch.
shout out. Wait, is Everglow a boy? I just assumed. I shouldn't assume gender.
The character is a boy, but I don't know if that's like...
Either way.
Because in the game, they reference your character, and based on whether you're he or she, they say he or she.
Okay. Well, either way, Everglow... You saved us again because Everglow, like an hour ago, released the translated version of these cutscenes.
Yes.
And you know what that means, everybody? Jason, do you know what that means?
Kuro is like fucking shaking.
It is time for Jason's Union Cross 5 minutes.
Oh my god. Except it's going to be longer than 5 minutes.
Is that a threat or a promise?
Both.
Oh my god.
I promise it's a fucking threat.
That's so hot. So, if you guys don't know what the Union Cross 5 minutes is,
Jason took it
it's
upon
kind of
himself
transforming.
to play.
Jason had taken it upon himself to play Union Cross all the way through, and then like a pussy, he gave up. So now, basically, when there is a story beat or story update that comes out, we wait for Everglow to translate it, and then we
Which
tell
is
you
like
about
pretty much instantly.
Pretty much instantly, instant translation. That's like Goku doing instant transmission.
Because like
but
that
instead
was
it's
part
translated.
of it was like, okay, like I'm gonna play through it because I want to, and there's the different cutscenes and stuff, and I think that'll be cool. But it's like, for one, I've already watched all of these cutscenes, and then like the amount of distance there was in between each one of the cutscenes that even matter was like way too long to be playing a fucking mobile game, right? And then it doesn't even matter because even if I got up to the point where it's like completely new stuff, Japan version is just still ahead. It doesn't matter.
So what you're saying is you're a pussy and you didn't want to play
Exactly.
anymore. All right, Jason, your 5 minutes starts right now.
All right. So we last left off with the side bugs and shit in WreckIt Ralph world. And it was pretty much like, yo, it's probably Sugar Rush or whatever next, right?
Right. If we're following the WreckIt Ralph lore,
Yeah.
Sugar Rush is
That's
where
what
you're
happened last time, and there was some lore with talking about whether or not they're inside a data world, and then
Brain
was like, I gotta go delete
I'm a
my
virus,
internet.
bro. I'm a virus.
He says it again, but then
Check
he like
me
leaves
out.
the room.
I'm gonna delete everything. I'm a virus.
So we start off with a ton of story, actually.
It starts with a 4 years later or 4 years earlier prompt.
Earlier, and it's Ava sitting
Ava.
with Brain.
Brain's just kind of chilling. That kind of looks like
It's the same spot where Ava fought Luju, and it starts the Keyblade War. It's that hill where they're always like sitting on top of.
You know what vibe I got from this?
Is they were like,
they had just fucked. And he's just chilling there with his arms behind his head.
That was the vibe.
He's got the book on his chest.
He's about to fall asleep.
He's like, she didn't even get to finish. It's
She's sitting there wanting.
That's
like,
the vibe I got. Anyway, continue. Sorry. That's just the vibe I got.
Brain is confirmed as a Dandelion leader, right?
Right.
So that doesn't necessarily mean he didn't kill Strelitzia, I guess.
But the
'Cause he
idea
could have been-
before was that he replaced Strelitzia after killing her.
That's what people thought, right? He could have killed her and then had somebody else replace, which that means of the ones that we knew right away, as far as like who the Dandelions were, like ones we knew previously, it's like Scold, Ephemer, and Ven, right?
Right.
And Ephemer's confirmed, and then now Brain is.
Mm.
And then I don't know if there's a cutscene with Scold or Ven.
Right. So maybe Scold did it.
Yeah, who knows?
Ven did it. So what I thought was interesting about this, and you're going to keep talking
Right.
about what happened, but she mentions that there is a note from the Master of Masters himself that has
All of the five
leaders, the five leaders that he chose.
Right.
And I was always under the impression that she had something to do with that.
Right.
But it sounds like it was coming straight from the boss.
Mm.
And so
Maybe what if she goes on the list and it's just a bunch of people who are like unknown?
right. Well, okay, what if
What if it's like
let's take this brain theory a second.
Demix.
Let's take this brain theory a second and go, hold on. Who's to say that he didn't kill Strelitzia anyway and appoint someone else? Because, he didn't open the book yet, right? The idea is he's never opened the book?
Yeah.
You're
He's
right.
never opened the book. Like, that's what's assumed at that point. And it kind of seems like he's going to right then and there, and then it cuts. He asks... Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah, sorry. I took us off the rails.
Yeah, so It's Ava and Brain talking, and she's telling him about the Keyblade War and is asking about, like, what would you do if you knew your destiny was already set in place or whatever, right? Like, and you knew it. You knew what was going to happen. He said, well, isn't that boring? Like, why?
Well, no, he says something that made me laugh actually, because he goes, "Well, if we could change the future, wouldn't that change in the book then? This seems inconsistent." And I wanted to screenshot him saying that and be like, me whenever I'm trying to figure out anything with the secret reports. This seems inconsistent.
Well, before that, he asks, he's like, "You want me to be a leader?" And she goes, "Yeah." And he's like, "I don't know. It seems like a lot of work." Like he kind of seems like he's a bit like lazy. Right.
Well, he is he probably just got a
He was just
DJ and he's
relaxing,
laying there
right.
relaxing. Hey, after I get one of those, I don't want to do anything
like-
either. I need a sandwich and a nap. I'm out.
I need my girl to tuck me in.
Oh yeah. Little pats on the head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like he's really into it. Like he's kind of like, I don't know. But then he's immediately suspicious because he's like, "Well, who are the other people?" And she goes, "Oh, I can't tell you that right now." And he's like, "Well, that seems like a plot. Like
Right.
that's suspect. Why can't you tell me?"
This Master of Masters guy seems like he's up to no good.
Right, exactly. Like that's what they're saying.
I mean, they call him Brain for a reason.
Yeah, big brain.
Big brain.
And
I just pictured him, but like larger sized. Like he put on a few pounds.
you just blow him up in size
Like
on the screen.
his stomach's like sticking out of his little jacket.
Oh,
You know?
oh! I thought you just meant like literally like he's
No,
he's
not
like a 40-foot
inflated.
giant.
No, I don't have an inflation fetish. It's. I just pictured him with like a beer belly, and they're like, "Oh, it's Big Brain." Like it's a joke between him and all his friends. Like he used to like be fit, and now he's Big Brain. Anyway, sorry, I'm being really.
Yeah, you suck.
really derailing you.
suck. So he's confirmed as a dandelion leader and is asking all these questions, and he's saying, well, she's asking him, well, like, what could you do if you changed the future? Like, what if you know it's already written, right? And he goes, oh, you're talking about the Book of Prophecies. And she's like, yeah. Well, she goes, what if we could change for the future to happen? And he's basically, well, if the Book of Prophecies is always right, then if we change it, won't the writing in the book just change? Basically. And she goes, I don't know, but we won't know until we find out. So basically, it seems like they're both trying to change what's written in the Book of Prophecies already. But he doesn't know exactly.
He hasn't even read it.
Right. But she has, apparently. So, like, she wants to change what's happening in it to figure out whether or not it'll change.
Right. So then it cuts to...
And it kind of seems like you'll know when she goes...
Well, hold on. It cuts to Lorium coming in and talking to Brain about, hey, why did the player character want Starletzia to join the Dandelions if he knew about the war? He or she knew about the war. And Brain's like, yeah, you're right. This is
a little weird.
And then he has a flashback to that moment, and that's when they show her saying, you'll know when the time is right to open the book.
Yeah.
And then it comes back, and he goes...
Because she puts that list of the leaders in the book.
Right. He goes, hey, Lorium, can you give me a minute? I got something I gotta
think about.
I got to think about this. When really he was just remembering his hot, sexy times with Ava.
Right. He needed to
and
jerk
so
off.
it's implied that he's going to open the book and read it, finally.
It's implied he wants to open the book, figure out who it is. And so it seems like pretty soon it's going to be shown like who is the fake leader.
Right. And then, interestingly enough, we cut to the center of Daybreak Town, and a dark portal opens up, and there's Maleficent.
Not just Maleficent.
Well, first it's just Maleficent, and she just goes, oh, this town smells like light. It's fucking disgusting.
Disgusting.
And
she goes, does this place have the key to go back in time? And then freaking darkness silhouette
another
shows
dark
up.
portal with darkness.
It's the same silhouette as what happens when Strelitzia dies and when Maleficent talks to...
Earlier to darkness. And we're still not clear who this character is.
Right.
We're still not...
There's lots of theories.
Now, there's a silhouette there, but it's not exactly like a silhouette you can make out. Where, like, they posted a photo on Twitter of this update showing the Maleficent portal and her standing in it, but, like, shadowy. So you couldn't tell unless you turned up the brightness a little bit, and it was clear it was Maleficent, right?
Yeah.
This one, because it's staticky and it's just kind of like... It could be, like, any character from Union Cross because of how they're drawn. We still don't know.
They all have the exact same height.
Right.
Like,
We just know it's not Maleficent because she's right there.
right.
Other than that, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know who it is. I don't think we can eliminate anybody, really.
No.
Yen Sid, he's pretty tall. It's not Goofy. It's not Donald.
But
Not Mickey.
yeah, so who knows?
It's not Michael Mouse.
I think this update is way better than the last one.
Yeah, this
Because
one.
the
told
last
us
one was
more.
just a rehash.
Well, in the last one,
It was info we already knew.
I guess this is my fault. Part my fault because I was unclear. But I thought Brain had read the book already.
I think that's what a lot of people thought.
I thought he had read it because he just walks around with it, holding it.
Right.
And so that I criticized him last time and said, "Just you know the book. Just read the fucking book, dude. What are you talking about?"
Right.
But I was under the impression he read it, and apparently he is not. Which it's like that dude's got a lot more willpower than I do. I would have fucking cracked that thing open as soon as Ava wouldn't even been like out of eyesight, and I would have been like looking in that bitch, and she'd be like, "Hey, are you looking at the book?" I'm, no, I wasn't.
No, the wind blew it open.
Yeah, I was just shutting it. I thought I saw a bug on it, so I had to open the book. Yeah, you know,
I was reading it.
I was reading. I was definitely reading it.
I was definitely reading
So
it.
yeah, that's maybe they mentioned that and I just missed it. But you might be right. I feel like a lot of people thought that too.
Yeah. And also like, so, like, there's a lot to think about with it. Brain being like ruled out as like, it's kind of like a whodunit, like
I don't think he's entirely ruled out of being the murderer,
as like a replacement though.
but he's ruled out as
Yeah.
being someone.
There's
like,
just a lot of
He was one
angles.
of the original, unless Ava's lying,
Right.
and she wrote the note herself. He was one of the original leaders.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know if the like leaders that the master chose are actually which ones she chose. We know one of them's not right, and we also know that like
We know that Starletia was supposed to be one of them,
right.
but we don't know if the note thing, because there's nothing in back cover that says Ava. There's a note too. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing to. This is the first time we've been told about this note.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, who knows? There's a lot of, this could all be a red herring.
Yeah.
It could just be her note. Maybe Brain wasn't supposed to be one of the leaders, and she was like, you know what, I like Brain. So I'm going to make him a leader, and he's going to kill Starletia. Or I'm going to kill Starletia.
Yeah, who knows?
No, me, personally, Mike. I'm going to kill
Mike's
Starletia.
player character.
Me.
Oh.
Physically, I'm just in the fucking game. Just
You kill Strelitzia?
my full detailed body, and I just slit her throat, and then I'm gone. You don't know,
Oh
man.
my god.
Anyway, that was Jason's Union Cross 5 minutes, everybody. Oh, and then there was,
Then it goes to Sugar Rush.
and there's Penelope Von Schweetz, and she's like a glitchy person, and
Yeah.
Ralph's trying to get his hero medal,
And she gets at the end and she's like teleporting everywhere because she has it.
Right,
And she's not supposed to.
right.
I never watched that movie, so I don't know.
I saw the
like,
first one.
what the lore is.
So the story of WreckIt Ralph is he is a Donkey Kong style character,
Right. And he wants to be a good guy.
and he wants to be a good guy. Yes, because he kind of just goes
and breaks shit.
when no one's playing the game. He kind of just sits in his trash heap outside the building that he wrecks, and they'll invite him to the party, but they treat him weird, and so. Anyway, he travels through the electrical cable to get to the hub of where all these video game characters in this arcade meet at this hub.
Right, right.
And they, you see Bowser and M. Bison.
And that's the first thing that they show in Unit Cross is that like hallway, right?
Right, the station or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he wants to be known as a hero, so he goes into this Halo-style video game where the cybugs are, and he ends up beating it and getting a hero medal. Well, then he gets flung from that game into Sugar Rush, and this is where most of the movie takes place, is in Sugar Rush. And he meets Penelope, and I don't remember, he's trying to get his hero medal back, but like somebody has it or something. But like basically they build a race car together because that's what Sugar Rush is. It's like a Mario Kart style thing. But she's like a glitch. She's not really, she was like a programmer glitch. She's not supposed to be part of the game. Kind of like in like the first Mortal Kombat, there was like, or was it the second? There was like Ermac, where it was just like an error and it was a red ninja, So she's like a glitch, but you find out, spoilers for WreckIt Ralph, you find out she's actually not a glitch and that the guy running it was actually a giant bug monster and she was the original star of the game, but he like hid her in the code. And you find it out because they win the race together and blah, blah, blah. And then he saves the day and he's their hero.
Word.
There's the plot of WreckIt Ralph for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You should watch it on Disney Plus. Now that I ruined it for you,
Nice.
and you can watch the sequel, Ralph Breaks the Internet,
Wow.
which I haven't seen, but it has Disney princesses in it.
Maybe I'll watch it and just look for Kingdom Hearts related.
See, I wanted to do a Disney Plus like viewing guide. Like, hey, this is the stuff that relates to Kingdom Hearts, and I was gonna like go through Hercules, the animated series, and look for like the crossover episode when they go to Aladdin, and, and I was like, that's so much work. And then I was disappointed when I couldn't find my House of Mouse episode that I wanted, which House of Mouse isn't even on Disney Plus, which is a travesty because it's a great show. But I swear Sora was on an episode of House of Mouse. This is me putting out my radar, my feelers. Somebody, please tell me I'm right. I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet, but there's an episode of House of Mouse where I don't even remember what the context is, but someone makes a joke. They cut to a table like they often do in that show, and there's Sora sitting at the table, and there's like all kinds of villains around him. And that's all I remember, and I feel like there's no way I made it up, and maybe this is like a Berenstain Bears situation or a Mandela effect kind of situation.
Or you had a dream.
No, dude. Why would I dream about House of Mouse?
Dude, dreams are random.
No,
You
they're
also
not.
said it's the most
Dreams
ballinest
actually
show.
Aren't random, and they are part of your subconscious, and you have them for a reason. I constantly have dreams where my teeth fall out.
I don't.
Yeah, I do. Or like one tooth. It'll be like, and then I'll wake up like,
I constantly have dreams that like my car is shit.
no, that's not a dream, buddy. You have a
But
shit car.
like really bad. Like my brakes don't work all the time.
Well, that's because
or it goes way too fast.
that's because you're having stress about your car being a piece of shit. I have my teeth fall out because I don't have dental insurance right now, and so I worry about that a lot. And I'm like, oh, my teeth are gonna fall out, right? It's manifested in stress through your dream.
I wouldn't say that's random. Like that's what I wasn't saying. I wasn't saying that was random, but that's just what I thought of. Like, oh, that's what I had a dream about recently.
Yeah, because you're worried about it because your car's got a leak where it makes a puddle in your.
No, that's not mine. That was Dad's car.
No, your leak in your front where it leaks into the car.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what you were talking about at first.
And by the way, your car is covered in snow, my guy.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have to wake up a little early tomorrow to go to work. 'Cause it is, I was walking inside. I was like, God, I'm glad that's not my car. It's like you got like 5 inches on that bitch right now. It's covered. Anyway, we have completely digressed
Again,
like we always do. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bonus episode of the Ansem Report podcast. We want to do this more often when we can, when there's a reason to, and I felt like today was enough of a reason to. If the Remind DLC drops tomorrow randomly, we'll do another one.
yeah.
Dear God, Nomura, please don't. Nomura's not here today, by the way.
If it happens while Mike is gone, he's going to Discord call me, teach me how to open up all the stuff, and I will make an episode.
Dude, you just open Adobe Audition and hit record.
Yeah,
dude.
but you're going to have to teach me, dude.
No.
Dude, last episode, you were the one who was saying, Jason could never do an episode on his...
Well, recording Addison's a little harder. There's a little more to that. You just
True.
got to open OBS and record Discord.
True. I've never used OBS in my life.
I know, you're fucking plebe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And like I said, there will probably... There's 99% chance there's not an episode this coming Friday, which is why we put out a bonus episode for you today. We will be back the following Friday.
Don't forget about the question of the week and the question of the month.
The question of the week and the question of the month, they're both still valid. The music question and the question of the month is the thing you want in the next Kingdom Hearts game. If everything goes to plan, there will be a new video by me on Friday instead of the podcast called 13 Things
I will not be in it at all.
in Kingdom Hearts 4. Jason's not in it at all.
Not one drop.
I actually kind of want to add like your face in somewhere as like an Easter egg now.
You have to find it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's gonna happen actually. If everything goes to plan and I get that video done, it will be up on Friday instead of the Ansem Report podcast. So there'll still be some Kingdom Hearts goodness for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for being patient with us and watching and sticking with us. If I could make this whole Friday podcast thing work, I would. It's just with the travel I'm doing, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Right.
So again, thank you guys for watching, listening, being here, being cool people. Join our Discord. Jason, hit him with it.
May your heart be a guiding key
Thank you.
We'll get him next time.